Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I saw that coming. So id, ego, and superego. And Mao Mao's internalized voice of her adoptive father, woman, is a representation of superego. It's her internalized advice, belief, operating system based on the father's advice. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a UPenn educated psychotherapist and your favorite yapper. Welcome to my detailed psychological analysis of the Apothecary Diaries episode 19. I'm currently recording Apothecary Diaries, My Dress Up Darling, and Hero Mia, which is a Yapper exclusive series. So the roster is stacked. And as many people pointed out, with my accurate predictions and also me being very wrong, yes, I'm very good at being very right and also being very wrong. I think that's the best thing and the best part about reacting to Apothecary Diaries. What a wonderful and masterful of a show with the impressive writing. Athletic Nation Zero, Vinny, Foxholes Gaming, Wu Xiang, Samsonian, Fidelis, and Mina K are the sponsored tier highlights of today's video. I appreciate your support. Remember, you matter, you are worthy. Sit back, and I hope you enjoy.
それから本日の予定ですが、注視が行われますので。ああ。
Whoa, yo, that quick flashback about Mao Mao's murderous stare. Obviously, she is not trying to murder Master Jinshi, but her making her intention known without shadow of a doubt, explicitly, that no, she will not reunite with her father based on the suspected forced pregnancy. That was intense.
何をお考えかは大体想像。
Mao Mao. Gao Shen knew immediately that, oh boy, anytime my young master is off his center, off track with whatever he's supposed to do, because he's a very diligent, very competent, amazing leader. Anytime his mind is wandering, drifting off, it's because of Mao Mao. So Gao Shen's like, I think I know what you're thinking about. But please, Master, do not forget about your work. You're still a prince because you're the brother to the emperor based on the less secret, with the most secret identity of being the son. But regardless, he has important tasks at hand.
分かっている。
Wakateiru. Episode 19 is called Chance or Something More. Very ambiguous title. So in Chinese, it's 第19话偶然或必然. 偶然 means chance, like happenstance. 必然 means must, like inevitable. So in Chinese, it's actually slightly different than the English translation, because in English, it says chance or something more. But in Chinese or kanji, it literally says chance or inevitable, inevitability. 偶然或必然. So a little bit differences in translation there. So what is inevitable?
どうしました？
困ったことが起き
Lihaku, our favorite golden retriever, is back.
困ったことですか？
前に倉庫でボヤがあったら、
The flower powder
同じ日
fire.
に別の倉庫で盗みがあったみたいなんだ。あの時の騒ぎに乗じたとしか考えられない。
火事場泥棒ですか？何が盗まれたんです？
The pipe?
人目を避けた方がいい話題か。
Sneak. A smoke pipe?
細具がなくなったんだよ。
Oh.
しかも一つじゃないらしい。
そんなずさな管理だったんですか？
去年亡くなったらしいんだよ。
今の管理者は基本は把握しているのでしょ？
それがちょっと前に食中毒になっちまったらしくて。
Yo! Alright, yo, put on your seatbelts. I'm about to go ham. We are seeing all the threads, all the pieces coming together in the beginning of episode 19. We're 2 minutes and 59 seconds in. It seems like all this covert operation, all the plot that's been happening with the food poisoning, assassination attempt, the warehouse because the flour, a powder fire and explosions, someone who took advantage of that chaos and stole something of value that's specific pertain to the ceremony. And Master Jinshi was thinking about the ceremonial procedures, logistical operations, and so forth with Master Gaoshan. All of that leads to everything that's been happening in the last few episodes is one thread, one massive thread of an event. And think about that pufferfish poisoning that happened a while back. Sounds like that was also part of the ploy to make sure the manager, the current manager, because the last manager died, and the current manager will be out of operation. He will be unfit to be like have an oversight and think about all these management, the materials, the ceremonial tools. Why? Because he fell ill of that food poisoning, of that pufferfish incident. So now there's no one who has knowledge about the ceremonial process, logistics, and the possessions for the ceremonial tools. So because of that, the thief was able to take advantage of the chaos. All of these pieces are falling together. This was all leading towards the ceremonial process. And sounds like this is a very important ceremony. And can we talk about our favorite golden retriever, Li Haku, coming to who? Our international treasure, Mao Mao. He came to Mao Mao after not listening to her and getting sick from that explosion and getting wet in the winter. So, wow, Mao Mao, your reputations far exceeds you far and wide. But what a start. Everything is coming to pieces. Wow.
好物の海藻に当たったまんま
The
意識が
seaweed.
戻んなくて仕事に復帰できねえ状態だから困っちまったよ。
どこかで聞いた話だ。
Where have I heard that before? Mao Mao, you're the one that helped solve the mystery. And this goes back to my speculation back then. I said that it cannot be the brother or the son who imported the seaweed because he looks like an airhead. And remember, that brother or the son got the secret tip about seaweed being poisonous from that bar who happened to whisper or told him by happenstance, by chance. Oh, that's the title of this episode. Was it by chance? Or was it an inevitable outcome because of all these plots happening since that bar situation? And it's just, remember the same guy, the same assassin with the side glare who took out Master Conan that I talked about in end of episode 17? All of these that led up to this exact point about this chaos, the unknown, the ceremony, and so on. And Mama literally forgot about that seaweed incident. So it sounds like that food poisoning was so severe that the manager is in food coma. Because there is a famous saying in Chinese, the safest secret is with dead people. The safest secret, or the secret is only safest with those that are dead. Because if you're dead, you're silent forever. But in this case, they're in food coma. Not quite dead yet, but pretty close because they cannot speak up. Dang!
それってもしかして珍味好きの管理の話ですか？
Yep.
なんで知ってるんだ
With that pufferfish and
いろい
seaweed.
ろありまして。ボヤと同時に起きた窃
Yep.
偶然にしては不可解だ。
Yep. You know what this feels like? That I'm competing with Mao Mao's detective skills. Is this the Apothecary Diaries or is this the Benoit Diaries? Because I feel like Mao Mao and I were competing for that deduction and detective role.
その去年亡くなった管理者はどのような方でしたか？
Master Conan?
堅物で有名なおっさんだったのは
Master
覚えてるんだ
Conan.
けど
I bet it's Master
名
Conan.
前が出てこねえ
Master Conan.
後年様
Boom！
でしょうか？
Yo, where's my mic? Mic drop. Let's go.
あそれだそれ
Wow.
っておい
Nuts.
なんでお前知ってんだよ
いろいろありまして。以前ジンス様から聞いた甘党の堅物交換、塩の過剰摂取で死んだ男だ。
Wow.
これがすべて偶然の重
Not
なり。
coincidence.
一つ一つは事故に見えるが、もし何かの目的のためにわざと引き起こされたものだとしたら、それで私に何かご用
Wow,
ですか？
wow, wow,
それ
wow.
だ本題
The smoke pipe?
上等な品なので大切なものかと思ったのですが、
なんかどっかの館なんで倉庫場にわざわざこんなもんやるんだ
And why decline? Because it is an expensive smoke pipe. The plot thickens, y'all. This puzzle is crazy. This show is nuts. I love it. Huh.
礼でもらったんだと。
こんな立派なものをもらったらすぐに使いたくなるかもしれませんね。
Wow.
彼女が倉庫番にキセルを渡したとしたら。
Distraction.
李白様、その彼女って。
ああ、一応詳しく聞いたんだが、襟巻きをして顔が隠れていたらしい。
Yo, anyone that wears a scarf to hide their identity, core ladies or not, are suspicious. This is very typical even in K-drama, right? Always in the nights with the looming moonlights. Core ladies or thieves or assassins are always wearing their scarves over their faces in the dark with their shadow lurking so they cannot be found of their true identity. Sus. Yeah, I wonder if this core lady is also involved with other situations, because it sounds like this is a massive operation, covert operation, with many different personnels, different people involved in this ploy. And what is this? I guess this suggests and hints at the massive significance of this ceremony. I'm sure the ceremony is pertaining to the emperor, because of course, who is the most person that is the most prone to assassination and ploys? Who's the most important figure in an empire? King or the emperor? So I'm pretty sure all of this is against the emperor. But it's like puzzles, right? It's like building blocks. It's like foundations. Little bit by little bit by little bit. I'm sure through this ceremony, because remember that warehouse is where the emperor would hang out. The warehouse that was caught on fire. I think they called it the emperor's warehouse. So all of this is about the emperor. All of this is a ploy to get rid of the emperor, I'm guessing. And yes, this is a wild prediction. But how do I know that? Because the presidents of the United States, the kings of whatever empires, and the emperors of the Chinese dynasties or whatever dynasties, many people want to get rid of them. Because as a person in power, whether you're a good king, good emperor, or a bad emperor, that's not the point. The point is you cannot make everyone happy. You cannot appease everyone because nothing is perfect, especially with those who are dealing and managing power. So many of them are prone to assassination. Think about how many US presidents got assassinated, or there were attempted assassinations. Even with Trump, all right, this year, there was an assassination attempt. So I think all of this is trying to get rid of, or an attempt to get rid of the emperor.
もしかすると
Nuts.
あらかじめ顔を隠していたのかもしれませんね。
Yep.
ああ、ただ女にしては上背があって、なんか薬の匂いがしたそうだ。
But she was quite tall for a woman and smelled like medicine. Two possibilities. A, she was not a woman. It was actually a guy disguised as a woman with a core lady outfit. Because what's the best way to get rid of your identity of your gender is by wearing the opposite gender, like core lady outfit. Or two, it's that core lady that is burying and planting all the herbs in that little hill that talked to Mao Mao in the previous episode. So one of two possibilities.
身長からしてお前じゃないのは分かってるんだ。心当たりはないか。
薬の匂い、長身の患女。
Yep.
憶測で物を言っちゃいけない。
Oh.
さっき挙げた事故や事件の他に何か不可解なことはなかったでしょうか。
そう言われてもな。調べたら何かあるってわけか。
何かあるかもしれません。何もないかもしれません。
どっちだよ。
So before Mao Mao shares more, I just want to quickly talk about the significance of Mao Mao's internalized voice and advice of her adoptive father, Luomen. He said that do not speak based on any conjecture. I think that is such an important advice for Mao Mao, specifically in the setting of a rear palace, because by being carelessly misspeaking, or even if you're right, based on your power and the lack of power, like Mao Mao, who is a lady in waiting, you can get beheaded, lose your head. It's so easy to become the scapegoat for people that's in higher position simply because of your commoner backgrounds. It's that simple. Many people become scapegoats. And the true people who are culprits, but because they have the power and the prestige and the influence, they could get away with many crimes and situations. So I think that's why Luomen, who was a real palace physician, knows that all too well about the power struggle, the power vacuum, and the role and the influence of power versus those who do not have the power. Because how did Luomen get evicted from the real palace? Because he made no mistake. He did his job correctly. But because of the struggle between the emperor's mother, and Lady Ado, the child's birth situations, the child's dying because of the honey, even though that was the fault of Lady Ado's head lady in waiting, Feng Yang, right? Luomen lost his job regardless, even though he did nothing wrong. Same thing. So because of those experiences and countless other, I'm sure, situations, Luomen advised Mao Mao to never speak based on conjecture, because you could lose your head and you could die at the most severe situations. But even so, you could lose your job like he did. So that's a very, very powerful internalized advice. And that goes back to Freud's psychosexual theory definition right here. Quickly said, there's 3 components of psychosexual theory, or just in psychodynamic theory, right? Which is about how the childhood experiences influences our adulthood experiences. That's a psychodynamic theory, also definition right here. 3 components. And I'm sure many people who have taken Psychology 101 knows this concept, but it is relevant. Id, ego, and superego. It just means our basic instincts. Human instincts, basic instincts. Ego is the bridge. It's what mediates and regulates between id, which is our basic instincts, and the reality, the world. That's ego. And superego, which is what's relevant here, is what's being internalized based on the advice, the figures, the teachings, the principles, the beliefs, and so on. So id, ego, and superego. And Mao Mao's internalized voice of her adoptive father, Luomen, is a representation of superego. It's her internalized advice, belief, operating system based on the father's advice.
ここにその長身の患女に似た人物がいたらどうでしょうか。
Oh, so good.
これで水霊という患女が浮かび上がったところで
I like how Mama already knew how to draw charts. Mama is truly beyond her time.
なるほど、お前は見た目に
Lihaku, the golden retriever.
少し手加
Oh,
減
he's
してください。
strong.
え
The Mama and golden retriever Lihaku felt a looming presence, a death stare from the corner of their eyes. And he was no other than yours truly, Master Jingxi, out of jealousy, envy. It's all, and yes, that, and also because Lihaku seems very close and casual with Mao Mao, skinship, touching her. And we saw that Mao Mao does not seem allergic and repulsed by Lihaku's sense of touch. I think it's because she feels no threatened. She feels no safety concerns. She's not threatened by Lihaku. A, because of his golden retriever energy, and B, they know each other with quite a few situations, interactions, right? With the homecoming episode especially. And 3, he is just a very friendly person. And she knows that he's not interested in her like that, even with the giving out the hairpin, right? So because of all that, Master Jinshi somehow smelled their senses and followed them and found them in this corner, being secretive. Looks like fun. So funny.
別に楽しくありませんけど。
では俺はこれ
Oh man. Called it
どうでしょう
jealous.
か。気になることがあったので、私に話を聞きに来ただけのようです。
Talk to him.
詳しくお話ししてもよろ
Oh,
しいでしょう
nice.
か。
Master Jinshi's like, do you know why he was soaring and sipping on his tea? He was waiting for Mao Mao to open up because Jinshi didn't want to probe. Because Jinshi knows that, yes, if he orders Mao Mao to tell him, she will. But I think as they're getting closer, as the affection is growing, the interest, this romantic special interest is brewing in the air. I think Master Jinshi is purposely trying to not use his power because A, there's no fun in that. And B, how are you going to pursue someone romantically by using your power? That's literally called coercion. Does that make sense? But Mao Mao is like, oh, this does relate to Jinshi. So let me tell him. So I'm sure what's not shown, but Master Jinshi's inside is like, yes, tell me all the tea. Get it? Literally, tell me all the tea while he's sipping tea.
つながりがあったものだな。
Yep.
はい、
それで何があると思う？
わかりません。一つの事件を確実にというより、いくつか罠を仕掛けてどれかが成功すればよい。見えます。
そうなると他にも仕掛けてある可能性があると。
断言はできませんが、どれも事件か事故か判断のつかない案件ばかりです。
True.
まだ偶然が重なっただけの可能性も捨てきれません。
Nah.
乗り気ではないのか？
乗り気？
Puzzle solving.
私は単なる下女ですので、言われた仕事を行うだけです。
That's a very deep response. Jinshi knows Mama well about her intellectual curiosity, so she's like, why aren't you interested? You love mystery. You love solving puzzles. Yes and yes. However, Jinshi, what he doesn't realize is Mama's survival needs, survival mode, survival instincts. Mama, at the end of the day, is so hyper self-aware, and she knows that at the end of the day, she does not have the luxury, she does not have the privilege to enjoy and embrace these puzzle solving situations. For two reasons. Number one, it involves real lives. Number two, there's danger lurking in the dark because all of this is political. It's politics. It's power. It's situations that is so much beyond Mao Mao's position in the real palace, who is a commoner. So that's why Mao Mao is like, I'm just a lady in waiting. I'm just a servant. I do what I'm being told. So yes, she's interested. Yes, she enjoys puzzle solving, but she doesn't get a choice because she's a commoner. She doesn't have the power. So although Master Jinshi is very, very compassionate, very empathetic of someone that's in such a high position as a prince, at the end of the day, he can never walk in her shoes because he lacks that direct relatability. Because at the end of the day, like I've been saying, he is still a prince and Mao Mao is still a commoner. That cosmic divide, that immense gap and differentials of power is nothing that Jinshi can just try to empathize through intellectual understanding because he lacks that lived experiences.
ならこういうのはどうだ？
Oh, get her involved.
先日交易商人のところを回った時、面白いものが出ていると聞いてな。
Niu Huang? That's how you pronounce it.
薬の一種であり牛の胆石。うちの一頭しかないとされる薬の。
Ah.
いるか？
いります。
シャオモウ
Of course, Gaoshan intervenes when it's necessary. And Gaoshan's like, brother, bro, lady, girl, Xiao Mao, chill out. You're way too close.
失礼しました。
やる気になったようだな。
本当にいただけるのでしょうか。ジン様のままに。
ということでガオシュン、手配を頼む。
We call that delegation. Master Jinshi's immediately delegating this task to Gaoshan. And he's only doing this so he makes Mao Mao excited because he wants to make Mao Mao happy. I think that is Jinshi's biggest desire by buying back and having Mao Mao back in the royal palace. He doesn't need her to be his personal assistant, but he does need her to be happy. So in turn, he also derives the happiness through Mao Mao being happy. And Gao Shen's like, he's face palming because like, of course.
彼女の試験勉強を真面目にしていればありがとうございます。
Yeah.
I was gonna laugh out loud if there was Master Basin again, the son of Gaoshan.
胎児を司っているんだよ。
祭事ですか。
Ceremonies again. Here we go. More clues. Surely solved. Also, again, I said this in episode 17. Mao Mao is the only servant, commoner, lady in waiting in the history of Chinese dynasties who can order around officers, no matter their rank. Yes, one is because Master Gaoshan instructed everyone to take care of Mao Mao by giving her what she needs as a result of the order from Master Jinshi himself. But secondly, I think Mao Mao has that confidence. Mao Mao has a reputation. And people already know about Mao Mao. So I think that's why they're like, oh, no worries. Just tell me what you need. And she's like, can you give me something to write with? And the officer runs away to, again, Mao Mao is ordering people around, ordering officers around as a commoner. Mao Mao is a category of one. One of one. Wow. But she's already solving puzzles.
後年様も祭事に関わる管理だ。
Yep.
偶然に見せかけられたこれらの事件が重なり合う必然が起こる場所があるはずだ。ここまで手をかけて盗んだ細具が使われるとすれば、祭事でもそれなりの規模。
Yep. About the emperor, I'm
中
telling
心
you.
上だろ。っていた。
祭事に興味があるなら、ここにいいものがあるぞ。
Something good? Like an archive?
これは祭事上の絵ですか？
ああ、街亭の西の端にある早宮壇って言って。
Altar of the Sapphire Sky. What a poetic name. Altar of the Sapphire Sky. And it sounds like that's the ceremonial building where the emperor will be seated or residing during the time of ceremony. So maybe they're stealing these ceremonial tools to create distractions, to disperse of officers and managers to obtain those tools because I'm sure they're hard to come by. So that creates a security issues for that building, which means makes the emperor's assassinations easier maybe, or it makes it more accessible for assassinations. I know I'm making some baseless, wild predictions, but again, this has to be about the emperor.
天井に大きな柱をぶら下げているんだ。中央の祭壇の上にはヒレが垂れ下がってい
Three
て、
banners.
毎回柱を下ろして祝いの言葉を足していくんだ。
お詳しいのですね。
ああ、恥ずかしながらショックに来る前はレイブでもっとちゃんとした仕事をしていたのさ。
Oh,
上に余計なこと言ったらこちらに飛ばされてしまってね。
what an impressive writing. Right now, currently, there's no managers who is knowledgeable about the ceremony because one is dead. Master Conan died from assassination attempts or assassination because it succeeded. And the current one is in coma from that seaweed / pufferfish food poisoning assassination attempts. But through this impressive circular writing by the writer, Mao Mao has a chance encounter with the one person who actually knows about the rituals, all the ceremonial stuff, who got demoted by talking back to the superior, sounds like. What are the odds, y'all? All right, I'm making another baseless prediction, but my brain is in hyperdrive, so bear with me. What if the important ceremonial tools that are being stolen were those banners? I think that's why he's explaining those banners. And the banners are being hung above the ceiling, which means I'm sure the emperor is going to be beneath the banners or behind the banners because those are for decorative purposes and it's for festive sake. What if there's some sort of a sense or poisoning that's going to happen because whoever stole the banners or the ceremonial tools, what if they replace them with things that has some sort of assassination stuff, like secret ingredients like poison, some sort of a poisonous fragrance, and so on. So when they're replaced, because the real ones are stolen and are replaced with an attempt to assassinate the emperor because of the positions of the ceiling, how they're being hung low. And again, they're usually above the emperor's head or in the front based on the setting. Whew!
最初は強度が心配だったんだが、問題ないみたいで安心したよ。
何のことですか？
こんな風に
Oh.
したらこんな場所に飛ばされてしまったんだ。
確かに恐ろしい話だ。もし柱を固定する金具が壊れて、
It's heavy. Kill someone.
祭事を行うもの。
The person directly underneath performing the ceremony will be at the highest risk.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Brothers. Maybe it's not the poisoning, but just literally just through heavy objects falling by killing.
やんごとなき方が犠牲になる。
That's Emperor. Oh, you see that shadow, that figure? That's the Emperor. Because the only, another fun fact based on history, knowledge, and this is the same head. I don't know what you call that. Whatever that little thing, the flat thing with the little drapes. Only person that wears that in a ceremonial setting in Chinese, Korean, and Japanese dynasties eras were the emperors himself. Only emperors wear those outfit with those head covering.
強度の問題。強度。しかし、一体どの細具が盗まれたんだ？こんな重要な細具がなくなれば必ず作り直すはず。作り直す。すみません。この会場で次に祭事が行われるのはいつですか？
Whoa, light bulb moment.
ああ、ちょうど今日だな。
It's today! Wait, what if did the father of that metalwork episode, which is what Master Conan forced Mao to get involved? Or not Master Conan, Master Lakan forced Mao to get involved with the metalwork. Was the father's death also involved? Or rather, that is a coincidence. But because of that familiarity and the relationship between Mao and the metalwork incidents, Mao was able to make that connection that, wait, something went missing. It's a metal piece. Who makes the metal piece? Oh, the contractor who's contracted to make the metal piece, which is the metalwork agency. Who is that? The three siblings, the three brothers. Wow. It's today, dude.
得られた計画のはず。
That's the emperor.
一つ一つは確実じゃない。
Wow, I got goosebumps. Full body goosebumps, dude. Whoa.
期中していたとしたら。あそこか。
Wait, I wonder if it's gonna be the emperor or Master Jinshi. Because I know Master Jinshi is also like as a brother to the emperor. He's also supposed to attend like tea ceremonies and some important ceremonies. But regardless, it's either for Master Jinshi, who's a brother of the emperor, which is a prince, or the emperor himself. But it's like I said, assassinations are usually pertaining toward the emperor, the person in the highest power position. Mao, I'm with you. Wow, we came to the same conclusion. She can't go though. Oh yeah, of course.
何をしている？
通してください。
ダメだ。
Of course
緊
not.
急事
That's true. Oof. Where's Master Gaoshan? Where's Master Gaoshan? Where's Master Jinshi? But it's true. Like, yeah, she can't because she's like commoners are forbidden. Oh no.
返しのつかないことはいつもそうだ。
She's gonna
命の
go.
危険があります。祭事を取りやめてください。
お前が決めることじゃない。
Suggestion box.
な。
それでは間に合いません。
Suggestion box. I know this is not a laughable situation, but suggestion box. What is this? The HR? That's very progressive for this dynasty. As many people suggested, he must be a pretty good and progressive emperor to enacted a suggestion box.
ここで私を中に入れなければ後悔することになりますよ。こうして私が危険を解いているのにそれを拒んだのであれば。
You're part of the thing.
私を邪魔して
Nice.
ことが起こるの。
Great psychological tactic right there. That's very, very good. Mamo, you, man, you is impressive.
待っているのですね。
Reverse
つま
psychology.
り工作した輩とつながっているとか。
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. I saw that coming. Oh my gosh. Dude. Yeah, because I saw that coming because, yes, I just said she was impressive. But again, think about the power gap, right? Commoners cannot say things like that to the soldiers. And the soldiers, especially the palace soldiers, they're higher than regular soldiers. And they have the authority to kill and even beat commoners without getting punished. That's just the power gap. And this is the brutality and the most direct portrayal of the gap between commoners and those who are not of commoners. And this is the reason why Mamao's, all of her behavior traits, all of things like survival instinct, survival mode, her lack of certain social cues that's pertaining to power, all of that is actually because of the power. Because she's hyper aware that she's nothing but a mere commoner. That's why she was beaten. Because of course a soldier like that is not going to be threatened by a commoner like her. Man, that was brutal. Yeah, and a commoner girl. Oh, so she knew. Okay. So she used this to create a commotion to interrupt the ceremony. I hope Master Gaoshan or Li Kaohu, one of the military officers, see this and intervene. Oh, she's bleeding, dude. Oh, Mama. Oh, this breaks my heart. Mama was so badass.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Oh,
中にやんごとな君の方がいらっしゃるのでしょう。何か起きたら飛ぶのはあなた方の首ではありませんか。入ったとでも言って。
oh.
それなら飛ぶのは私の首だけで済むでしょう。
Do you see that? Mama referred herself as a rat because commoners like her are so low in the spectrum. And of course, Master Lakan, Mama's suspected father, is here watching all of this unfold. He didn't even step in. Lakan, you're such a shitbag, dude. Oh, just kidding. I take that back. He's intervening. Oh man. Mama's been running away and hiding from Lakan, even in the Virgil house and all that. And here, Mama is putting her life at stake. She's willing to get one, beheaded, and take on the sole responsibility of the consequences of interrupting the ceremony. And two, exposing herself to the one person she'd rather die than confront and be seen. Her suspected father who forced pregnancy. Master Lakan. Oh, Mama. If this is not altruism, what is? Many people disagree that Mama is not altruistic in episode 1 based on my psychological profiling. Case in point. If you're willing to die for a cause that does not benefit you whatsoever, that's literally the definition of altruism. Mama is altruistic. I saw that even in episode 1, 18 episodes ago. Mama, your altruism, in addition, fueled by your intellectual curiosity, is beyond admirable. I respect you, Mao Mao. You are an amazing, amazing human. Oh.
あなた様は
Dude.
それにしても年若い娘を殴るとはどういうことだろうね。怪我をしているじゃないか。
Oh shit, that's scary face.
とにかくその娘の言う通りにしてやるってのはどうだい？私が責任を取るよ。
誰がいるのか見たくも。
Mao Mao knows who that is. Mao Mao knows that's her father. And I know I'm a little bit confused. I guess I don't know if Master Lock-on is interjecting for more drama, or is it because he actually cares about his daughter, Mao Mao? I'm sure it could be both. That he does care about her because she is of his blood, maybe out of some twisted possession nature. Two, he also wants to see drama and where all this goes and how this unfolds. Man, Lock-on is also a very interesting character, very, very well written by the writer and very, very mysterious. Wow.
気にしている場合じゃない。
Priorities, go.
声の主が誰かなんてどうでもいい。
Mao Mao knows. Damn.
すべて終わったらゆっくりお読みをさせてもらおう。
Bro, not just a nice long bath. Take some pay time off. Take a vacation. You earned this.
その前に
Oh, this is stressful.
手を跳ねられないようにしないと。
So who's the ceremony for? Emperor or Master Jinshi? Oh shit, it's cracking. Oh shit. The person looks young from the back. Oh gosh. It's fucking Master Jinshi, dude. I knew it. Because two people as the of the highest noble birth is the emperor himself and the brother. In this case, Master Jinshi. Wow, and also all those flashbacks earlier. The person seems really young. That's why I was like, maybe it's about Master Jinshi. But dude, who's this ploy against then? It was towards Master Jinshi, not the emperor himself. What is going on? I'm so confused. She saved him by a nick of hair. Holy shizzle, dude. Dude, she saved his life. Oh. No, Mama.
おい、
It's Master Jinshi.
なんで
This is the episode that's revealing Master Jinshi's true identity to Mao Mao. That he's not a eunuch. He's not just the manager of the royal palace, but rather he's the freaking prince of this entire dynasty. Whoa! The writings of this episode's crazy! What the heck?
こんな状況になって
Dude, this episode is nuts!
そも
Whoa, dude.
こういただけますか。
And she's gonna pass out.
それどころじゃないだろう。
She's gonna lose consciousness.
どうしたんだその顔は。
どうし
This is how much Master Jinshi cares about Mao Mao. He's not even thinking about the fact that a super heavy object just fell on top of him. He could have died on the spot. He's not thinking about potential loss of life of him. He's only thinking about Mao Mao, the injury on her face. And Mao Mao is also not thinking about the fact that she also almost died and crushed by the heavy objects, but rather, why is Master Jinshi here? Jin Mao, Master Jinshi, and Mao Mao truly is a match made in heaven. Wow.
てジン様がここにいる。
Ah, this show and episode is so intense, dude.
そんな顔をしている。
He's concerned. Oh, he's heartbroken for her face. Dude, if she looks this rough with animation, imagine in real life, you got beaten by a metal, whatever pedal, like a metal baseball bat, so to speak. You got full swung by a grown soldier who's very strong by this tiny girl. And she literally flew across the stairs. Her jaw should be 100% broken. Her face should be 100% smashed. She could have gone blind as well if it's a realistic portrayal. But regardless, this is a severe head and face trauma, physical trauma that she endured. So imagine how horrible and rough she looks based on that physical trauma that she just endured. That's why Master Jinshi looks so concerned. And she's gonna pass out. Yep. She barely made it. She was only able to come this far because of the adrenaline spike.
しっかりしろ目を覚ませおいしっかりするんだ
Damn.
おい
Dude, this episode is freaking nuts, y'all. Wow. He's gonna carry her out. Wow. Oh, and Locken's right there. Wow. Dude, that gave me goosebumps. This reminiscent of the match between L and Kira or Light from Death Note. Obviously no spoilers, but it's like this again fourth dimensional invisible chess match, and this tension continues between Master Jinshi, the prince, and Master Lockon, surrounding their mutual special interest, the protagonist Mama, Master Lockon's forced daughter, based on my suspicions and predictions, and Master Jinshi's love interest. Truly a triangle relationship at the highest level. Not like a typical romance trope, but psychological thriller, mystery, detective novel, palace drama. The writer is so impressive with this show. Wow. This episode is nuts, dude. We just saw that Master Lockon's face kind of froze. Did you see that? Quick glimpse. When Jinshi was walking past Lockon, his face was frozen. Why? Because I think Lockon understood the magnitude, the immense, unspeakable significance of the prince carrying a commoner like Mamao in front of everyone, all of the officers. Lockon understood that significance, that holy shit, I might not be able to get Mamao back. Because Master Jinshi is the backing and the guardian and the protector of Mamao. And Master Jinshi outranks Lockon by miles. They're not even close. And that's why I think Lockon understood that, because he is the master strategist. Wow, dude. This episode is freaking... This might be the most intense episode to date. It is unbelievable. Another Chinese history context. So we see all the officers bowing with their faces down. When you're facing the emperor, you cannot look at the heavens because you'll be blinded, so to speak. So anytime an emperor walks by, or the prince walks by, or even the queen and the empresses, all the officers, non-royalty blood, are supposed to bow down and make sure you don't make eye contact. Because again, how dare a man look at the heavens? You guys get what I'm saying? Oh, this shit's intense, dude. You see that? Lockon froze. And Lockon is the only officer that did not bow down because he froze. Because he could not believe Master Jinshi was carrying Mamao. Guys, let that sink in. It's unimaginable in this dynasty setting that the prince or a prince will hold up and pick up a commoner. It's unimaginable. No royalty blood, no prince can do that. Master Jinshi truly defied the social norm at the highest degree. That's why Master Lockon, like I just analyzed, is in disbelief. That's why he froze. Yeah, this is princes can't do this. It's unbelievable. One more thing. Yeah, the princes, they don't even carry their wives or concubines, upper first rank concubines, or even their queens and empresses. Men don't do that because it's paternalistic. It's patriarchy. Men do not pick up and hold women who are viewed mostly as possessions and belongings of men, let alone a commoner. I hope you guys really appreciate the significance of this scene of Master Jinshi walking down the aisle and walking through the real palace with Mao Mao. I hope you guys really appreciate what I'm saying here. Wow. Oh. Jinshi's pissed. You see his face? He's pissed, dude. He's gravely concerned and pissed. Oh, she's dripping blood from her leg. That's a far ass walk, dude. I think Master Jinshi has physique of a Greek god. Shit. Here, my last foreshadowing, my last prediction. Well, not foreshadowing. My last prediction. I think for the first time, Master Jinshi is going to exercise and wield his power and authority as a prince. Because I think he's a very humble guy. And I don't think he likes his role as a prince. I don't think so. That's why he never wears his phoenix wardrobe. He never showcases and reveals his power. He doesn't even use his power as a prince against Master Lakan, despite disliking Lakan strongly with all the harassment. Jinshi is a humble dude, and he's a really, really nice guy. But when you push nice guys, especially nice guys with power, with their backs against the corners, they will bite. And you don't want, and Mao Mao is a cat, but Master Jinshi is a tiger. He's not a force to be reckoned with because he's a prince. I think his face right here, Master Jinshi's serious face, this is the most serious face he's ever shown in season 1 so far. I think to me, I predict, and I think it foreshadows that Master Jinshi is going to put his foot down and he will at last use his power and authoritative power of a prince against all those plots and all those people, especially that dare to hurt his love interest, Mao Mao. And in addition to that, with an attempted assassinations against the prince. And I think last thing I'll say is based on my prediction earlier, sounds like this ploy was against Master Jinshi, who is a brother to the emperor, but not the emperor himself. I think this assassination is twofold. One is to cause chaos. Because even emperor's face, emperor will lose face, and the dynasty will lose face if you let a prince of your dynasty be assassinated. That's number one. But level 2, I think the assassination and the covert operation, they're trying to get rid of all the people in royalty blood, especially who's in the lineage of the emperor. Because then eventually, if they can kill and take down the emperor, then there's no one who's in the lineage to take over. Because no other concubines have sons. They only have daughters. This is their way of eliminating the lineage of power and hierarchy and royalty blood. I think that is the true plot and the true essence behind this assassination attempt against Pastor Jinshi. Yeah, enough said. Why would they need a cliffhanger when the episode was so intense? I yapped enough for this episode. Again, if you guys enjoy my predictions, my psychological analysis, and my deductions, smash that thumbs up. I pour my heart out every single video, as you guys can tell. And press the subscribe button. Please support your favorite yapper and to make sure you don't miss out on my next video. As always, if you want to gain early access to my videos and have voting power for the next series, join our Patreon family and YouTube members. I appreciate you for tuning in. And remember, you matter. You are worthy. Until next time, peace.